guys. I'm here with Kempire Daily and Grace Report, and we're here for our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac. What's up, you guys? What's up, Kempire?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm outside. I'm at Andy's clubhouse. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I'm at Andy's clubhouse. Reporting live from Andy's clubhouse. What's up, Grace?
I'm doing good, you guys. I'm in Portugal. I'm looking for that palm shot the girls were drinking a few seasons ago, but I can't find it.
Yes. Oh my God. Grace showed us the view in Portugal a few minutes ago, and it is just amazing. It's an amazing view. You guys, if you aren't subscribed yet to the Kempire and Grace Report at Grace Report, make sure that you subscribe to them. Make sure you subscribe to their channels because they also cover Real Housewives of Potomac. Kempire also covers, I think you cover all the housewife shows.
Well, the good majority.
Yeah. And then Grace Report. Grace Report is the Teen Mom Queen. So make sure you subscribe to them as well. And we're ready to jump into it, you guys. What was y'all's first impression of this previous episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac? We'll start with you, Kempire.
Okay.
You look thoughtful.
Oh, I have a lot of thoughts. I didn't need an episode full of Candice. You know, it was boring. But what saved us was her mom.
Yeah, Miss Dorothy, she did come through. She definitely came through. I'm actually dressed as Candice, you guys, today. I have on my leopard dress and my head wrap. And then by coincidence, Grace Report is also dressed in leopard. So Kempire is kind of like in a leopard image.
I'm dressed as Chris Bassett.
So you need a drink in your hand.
Look, that's true. Y'all don't know what's in this.
Okay, there you go. There you go. So Grace, what was your first impression of this episode?
It was similar to Kempire. I actually thought that it picked up more towards the end when, Mia, Wendy, and Gizelle were being really messy about, Chris. And I was kind of interested in that.
Yeah, I felt like that saved the episode. On a 1 to 10 scale, I would give it like a 7 because of Miss Dorothy. Like Miss Dorothy took it from like a 5 to a 7.
I agree.
She really did. She really did.
Agree.
And so before we get into it, you guys, we do the hot topics and the review. And on social media recently, y'all's girl Mia, the one y'all not sure about, she posted bragging that someone's husband, look, I can hardly say it. That's why I told my kids to go upstairs. She posted that somebody's husband was in the kitchen tossing her salad. So let's get into that before we get into our recap of the episode. Okay, hold on, you guys. I have so much tea to spill. I have so much tea. Let me see if I can find the tweet. Okay, so Mia Thornton tweeted, this is when her, Candice, and Chris were kind of going back and forth. They weren't necessarily adding each other, but they were going back and forth on Twitter. And Mia tweeted, "You'll be mad if you found out your husband was tossing my salad in the kitchen. Hashtag sous chef." She was trying to spell sous chef, but she always gets it wrong. And so Chris responded. He said, I mean, since I'm so integral this morning and on everyone's mind in tweets, not really my type, I prefer that all natural dark chocolate type of woman. Referring to Mia, saying Mia is not his type and he was not the one in the kitchen tossing her salad. And so she responded, and I don't like this. I don't like what she tweeted, and I don't like her response. She responded and said, "Oh, at Chris Bassett, sorry, babe." And I don't like calling somebody else's husband babe. I had to come on camera real quick and say that. She said, "Sorry, babe. I was referring to a situation of a guy I met at Myron's Mixon's Pitmaster Barbecue back in the day. Not you, boo. I don't think." So what do you guys think of her bragging that somebody was somebody at Myron Mixon's barbecue was tossing her salad? What do you guys think?
Embarrassing. Weird flex, but okay. It's like, sis, you're married. Why are you bragging about some other man, doing that? Like, what? It was so weird.
Yeah.
It was strange. It was uncomfortable, especially when I saw it. I was like, "What? What is she saying?" And then I'm like,
"Yeah,
what are you trying to say, Mia?"
Yeah, she really
I don't
did
know.
something.
I don't know. I guess she's proud of that. I don't know if it's a lie because with Mia, you know, she does a lot of lying.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So I felt like she was lying. But like you said, weird flex. Like, why would you lie about something like that? And you're a married woman. Like, you're not a stripper no more. He rescued you. You know what I mean? So why look back? Why look back?
maybe she misses those days.
I hope not. I hope not.
Good.
So I Am Saul said a married woman is claiming someone else's husband, not her husband, but someone else's husband was tossing her salad, is giving thirst bucket as usual. As usual. Let me see what else you guys are saying.
They're saying a lot.
Yes, yes. Shout out to Blue Raven who pushed her meeting back. Smart Cookie said we can't believe Mia, and this is what I was saying. Mia lies, so we can't really believe her when she says someone at Myron Mixon's barbecue was tossing her salad. First of all, it sounds crazy. It's nothing to brag about, and then second of all, you be lying, Mia.
I also think she just got mixed up. I think she tried to save
it
one
wasn't even
thing.
the right episode for this,
right?
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a solid episode.
But when is the right episode, Grace?
Well, the episode where like they throw salad back and forth, Mia and Candice. I thought she meant it for then, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what? This whole season on her Twitter, she has been hinting about that particular episode like this whole season. Like for some reason, she is proud of that moment. And she's been making little references to that moment all season. Which to me, as a Real Housewives of Potomac fan and as a viewer, I don't think that's a good thing to reference because of last season with the violence between Monique and Candice. It's just kind of like, you know, we're over it. We're trying to have a fun season. You know what I mean? And you want to brag about, you know, throwing salad in somebody's face. Like, it's not cute. If you ask me, it's not cute.
I can't tell. You don't like Mia, do you? Layla?
Well, at first I was unsure. Until now.
Oh.
You calling somebody's husband boo and babe and he tossed my salad, that confirmed it for me. And then also we'll get into it. She came for Askale because Askale was basically saying that she was being messy. So she came for Askale regarding her car and her having dealer tags, which we'll get into later. But it was just like, okay, like that's enough. You came for Wendy. You came for Candice, and now you're coming for Askale. So I see the pattern, girl. So it's not that I don't like you. It's just that I recognize patterns.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Here's the thing, though. Mia is doing what she needs to do, though. She's being entertaining. She's definitely more entertaining than Askale. Askale is just giving us the looks. And, girl, I can get that from Vogue.
I agree. She gave us looks in a car for one video shoot scene. Like, what else you got, Askale?
I don't think we should compare the two women, but I just think Mia is doing too much just on her own. I feel like, you know, you ain't got a lot to kick it, Craig. Like, you ain't got a lot. You're doing too much. If who you are can't stand on its own, if you have to be extra and talk about, you know, men doing this and that to you, if you got to take it back to, I don't even want to say take it back to the strip club because there's some strippers that I respect. But if you got to take it to a gutter level, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just not a fan. I'm not supporting that. So no, I don't care for her. I don't.
Oh, damn.
I don't. Shout out to my sister. Shout out to my sister Zariah. All right. So the episode opened with Miss Dorothy. Miss Dorothy was like the highlight of the episode. And it opened with her. It opened with her, you know, at Candice's house, and her and Candice were talking about basically the home decor. They were just not agreeing on anything. What did y'all think? I want to ask y'all this because Miss Dorothy has a room at Candice's new home as well. And allegedly, Candice and Chris paid their own mortgage, right? Allegedly.
Miss Dorothy kind of hinted otherwise this episode. Remember when she said, I'm not going to get into that nice hair. And she like changes the subject. I don't know that they do.
Do you think Miss Dorothy is possibly still contributing to Candice's mortgage, or not even the mortgage, but maybe like a down payment? Do you think somehow, some way, Miss Dorothy's money was involved?
Yes.
1,000% down payment.
I did too. I feel like that's the reason she acts the way she acts. Like she feels like she has a license to talk about Chris because she's the one supporting her daughter, not Chris. That's my opinion. But with that being said, even if Miss Dorothy is not paying for Candice's current home, with Miss Dorothy talking about Chris the way that she does. If your mom was to talk about your partner the way that Miss Dorothy talks about Chris, would you give them a dedicated room in your home?
Of course not. The only reason why she's getting that dedicated room with the life-size version of her, which is so weird, is because she's paying for everything. Does her father have a room there too for when he comes over to visit?
Good question. No,
I doubt it. She didn't say, because Miss Dorothy is married, and she didn't say this is both of their rooms. She said Miss Dorothy. She said this is specifically Miss Dorothy's room. So personally, I would not give my mother that type of standing in my home if she talked about my husband that way. Like sometimes you got to check your own mother.
Well, there's a reason. There's a reason, and Miss Dorothy hinted at it at the end of this episode.
Yeah, and I believe it.
And Candice can't be mad at us. Your own mother is saying this.
Yeah, and that's what Mia was saying when people were kind of coming at Mia.
Candy, right? Where like the mom can just say whatever, tread all over them, and they just keep taking it.
She's never going to check her, basically. Yeah, she's never going to check her. And that's, I don't know, that's a little bit sad to me. If you can't check your own mom, for talking about your husband. So there's something a little bit sad about that to me. But during the episode, we got to see Gizelle and her daughter Grace. Grace, do you drive? Do you drive, Grace?
I do drive. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I passed all my tests on the first try. I am not like this girl. Yes.
Poor Grace. So come on. Let's give Grace some grace. Oh, damn that photo. Oh.
That scene was so funny to me. It was so funny to me. Like when she almost hit the cameraman. First of all, the Gucci car. Like this was my first time seeing a Gucci car. I've never seen those little Gucci cars like that. But then her
belonging to the pastor.
Yeah. But her first of all, she didn't know the gas from the brake. So when Gizelle was telling her to slow down, and she's like, "How?" Oh my God, what do you mean how? You shouldn't be on the road if you don't know the gas from the brake. You really shouldn't be out there. But I guess it was a parking lot.
Thing.
She was in a parking lot.
Well, how old is this girl?
She got to be like 16,
this girl, you guys?
15 or 16. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought she was older because I was like, sis, like, are you okay? Like, because you've been taking this test like 5 times and you don't know where the brake or the gas is. Like, it's just so crazy to me.
Come on, let's be fair to poor Grace because she's already being embarrassed by her own mother in the confessionals about this. So I do feel for Grace in this instance because she is sensitive about not passing it. You saw her reaction, and now she's learning to drive on television. Come on, let's give her some grace, please. Well, let's give Grace some grace.
We'll give Grace some grace. But I do like the scenes with Gizelle and her daughters and how she was asking her daughter, now that you can drive, are you going to be driving to go see boys? She was like, nope, they're going to drive and come see me. I do like that.
I love those scenes with Gizelle and her daughters. Like, Gizelle, you don't need to have a fake and phony relationship for us to be entertained by you. I really, really enjoy those scenes with her daughters. Yeah,
just show your real life for her and Robyn. That goes for both of them. Just show your real life. Yeah, and that's entertaining enough. That's entertaining enough. We also saw Mia. We saw Mia on the phone with her mom, and then we saw her do a scene. Look, I almost said with her dad, but with her husband. And she was actually talking about Candice in her scene with her husband, which I would think, you would use this time to talk about you and what you have going on. But you can see she's kind of leeching onto Candice. And she used that scene to talk about Candice and Chris and how she doesn't think that Candice having Chris as a husbander is a good idea. So I wanted to know what y'all think about Mia kind of like latching onto Candice and Chris and what they have going on. What are y'all's thoughts about that?
Go ahead, Grace.
I think she studied the show and she knows what she needs to do. You can't just talk about yourself only. You've got to attach yourself to another storyline that is going to be big. So I think she's like, being strategic when it comes to talking about Candice. But I don't remember her disliking Candice. Like, where did that come from where she would want to cross that line with her?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was trying to think back to last episode. Like, do her and Candice have a beef? But I feel like the beef really started this episode. Like, she decided to latch on to Candice's issue with Chris, And this was this episode was the impetus for that beef. But Kempire, what did you think?
I think, I thought it was innocent. If you're with your partner, you're amongst a new group of people. I thought it was an innocent conversation where she was, talking with her husband, in which they had the same dynamic at one point of being manager and, that kind of thing. So I felt it was an innocent conversation where they could relate, and that's why she brought it up.
So you get an air of innocence from me?
Yes, there is an air of innocence of poor Mia.
Oh, okay. Poor Mia. Why poor Mia?
Because
let's wait a minute. Let's delve into that. Why you say poor Mia?
Because she's been through a lot in her life. We saw in this episode alone when she was talking with her mother, who doesn't want to see her or hang out with her.
But let's just say everybody been through a lot. Like if we just say everybody been through a lot, now why poor Mia?
Because she's been through a lot.
But what if we all been through a lot? I feel like
no, come on. In all fairness, not all of us have been through what Mia's been through. Remember, Mia, both her parents were drug addicts. Her mother it's very much like a Kenya Moore situation. Doesn't want to have a relationship with her. She's acting like she does, but you could kind of tell from her behavior that she doesn't. But she has relationships with her other kids. So I feel for Mia. And Mia also had, we talked about this before. Mia also had her own opioid overdose. So she's had some struggles.
She did. So when someone has struggles and they overcome those struggles, does that give you a feeling of innocence towards them because of what they've overcome?
I don't know.
It's just that they're not socialized. You know what I mean? Like when you're raised with like parents who love you and take care of you and cultivate you, you're raised to do things a certain way. But when you're kind of raising yourself, or you're raised by wolves or whatever, you don't have the same social graces or like the same conscience about things that other people do. So from that perspective, I kind of get it.
Okay, so basically you have a lower standard for her because of
damn. Layla, you got a couple of super chats that you missed. I'm gonna let you get to your super chats. You missed a couple of super chats.
Okay, I am on StreamYard. I do see $1. Thank you for the $1.
There was someone else before that.
Okay, let me try to find it.
It might have disappeared because
Kempire the DJ. I love when
I got it. If you don't have it, I have it.
Okay, I don't see it.
Jerry B sent a $2 super chat earlier. It says Mama Joyce talks about Todd and she got a house.
Okay. Thank y'all for the super chat. My kids got to eat too, so thank y'all for the super chats. I definitely do appreciate anytime you make a donation to the cause.
Yep. And here comes another one.
Can I buy my kids some more toys? Like I said, we got the clubhouse. Let me see how to show it. The kids want a new clubhouse. They want to put some toys in the clubhouse. So any donation is accepted. All donations are appreciated.
Just saying.
Definitely. Someone else did. Okay, here it is. Sashay Shantae. She said Mia's convo with G may have been innocent until she showed up at the video shoot, and then she went in on how ratchet it was. That was my thought. I didn't feel like it was innocent. I guess looking at the episode as a whole, I felt like it was a precursor to some real shade. You know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't think it was innocent.
I'm taking that moment as that moment and not what we see later.
Okay. All right, you guys. Let me you guys, I normally work on a Mac. I'm on a Windows today, so everything is
hell no.
Yeah, I'm on Windows. Everything is like left-handed for me today. But we saw a scene with Karen showing off. Well, she was actually, I think, talking to her business partner about her candle line, and she was showing her 3-wick candle. What did you guys think of Karen, showing off her 3-wick candle?
I think it just proves the point that she has been working on this for a while, and it wasn't just something that just came out of the blue.
Yeah. I thought so too. And like I said, I feel like it's just a compliment to her fragrance. Like it's a candle to match her fragrance. I don't think it was her, trying to shade Wendy at all with a new home.
Hope it doesn't match though. Hope it doesn't match the fragrance.
Did you smell it? Did you smell the Dom?
No, but from what I hear, it smells like an old lady. This is what people have said. I'm not saying that. This is what people have said. And I'm like, I don't know. Do I want that smell encompassing my entire home because it's 3 wicks?
We
But
need
we
a
went
better
through this.
description.
Chanel number 5 is like that too. It smells like
Yeah.
such old lady, but it's one of the top selling perfumes of all time.
Yeah, but I think it's the brand. Like people just want Chanel. But you know what? I feel like people buy Chanel and then probably, you know, show it on Instagram. But when they smell it, I don't think they're really wearing it because it doesn't smell fresh. It doesn't smell youthful. You know what I mean? It's not one of those scents.
And can we get into how low budget Wendy kind of looked after we saw Karen talking to her business partner, this and that. Then, you know, in that picture you're showing of Wendy, that's the best I've ever seen her look, by the way. She's really nice. But she's just talking about, she doesn't even know how much it costs to produce a candle. But then I remember that she said that she spent $20,000, you know, creating samples. So you don't know, you can't like, you know, deduce from the stuff you've already spent.
It's no way you can't know. It's no way. You guys, all right, we're bloggers, but we also, you know, have our products that we sell or whatever. It's no way you don't know how much your product costs to produce. Grace Report has her pop culture t-shirts. What's the website again, Grace? Kempire. And we'll come back to Grace. I don't know if she's frozen.
No, she's back. She's back. Go ahead, Grace.
I'm back.
What's the website? Yeah, what's the website for your t-shirts?
Oh, my realitymerch.com.
Yeah. So I'm sure you know how much your t-shirts cost to produce. And then Kempire, what's the website for your products?
Oh, well, there's a bunch of stuff coming. KempireRadio.com. But right now, y'all can go to KempireRadio.com for details on different things. But there's some new stuff coming. But I know how much those are going to cost.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I just feel like it's no way in the world that Wendy doesn't know how much her candles cost to produce. It's no way in the world. So that goes back to people saying that, you know, she's kind of like playing dumb and trying to give us just, I guess, you know, a sign of her that's not so educated. You know, she got Eddie rubbing his head. But, you know, also, you guys, Wendy looks so good. That's why I took this picture and went to share it with you. Her body, her face, whatever she did. Like I know she did the breast implants and she did the BBL, but also I think she did something to her face. I don't know what she did.
Fillers,
her face, it looks good. Yeah. It looks really good.
I also like the look. I love the print. I love the glasses, the hair, the simple makeup. She looked gorgeous. I was like, okay, sexy librarian.
Yes,
that's what I thought too. I said, Wendy, you were looking good here.
Yes, we love it, girl. We love it. And so then it cuts to a scene where Ashley is having this really awkward conversation with her family about pelvic prolapse. And Kempire, I was driving home last night, Kempire. I was driving home listening to you. And you mentioned pelvic prolapse and Layla Lynn in the same sentence. Don't do that. Do not do that.
No, the reason why I said it is because I know you've had children, so I know you're educated on that area, but not necessarily that you had one. But I knew as soon as I said it, I was like, damn, is she gonna get me for this?
I was like, wait a minute. Now, what did I do? Look, like, how did I get in this? How did I get in this?
But are you familiar?
Not for myself, but I do know it's when apparently your uterus can fall. Anything can fall in your body, like your urethra tube. And it's not necessarily childbirth. Like I've heard of kids, you know, little girls' body parts falling. So, it was weird. Apparently, you know, her uterus is falling, I guess, coming through her vagina. And she said it felt like a bubble. Oh. But what did y'all think about her sharing that with her family?
Too much. She's always TMI. I can't.
Yeah, I was like, is this part of her brand, the TMI? I don't know.
Well, Ashley, remember, like, what happened? Her mom wasn't even raising her. Wasn't she kind of like Mia situation? The dad wanted nothing to do with her. The mom wasn't raising her. She was shifted off to like the grandparents in like a trailer park or something like that. So like, I get why she is the way that she is, you know?
Really? You think her background makes her have these awkward moments with people, like the TMI moments?
Because to you guys and us, you know, like for me, like, you know, I was raised by my parents, both of them. It's like, I can't, you know, I wouldn't have this conversation with them, but like, she was not raised by any of these people, really. Like, you know, she did end up living with the uncle for a bit, but it's kind of like talking to friends, I guess, to her versus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Inappropriate. Yeah. I could never have that kind of conversation with my Jamaican parents.
I know.
No, not
uncle was so unimpressed.
And then her uncle's wife, if you caught it, her uncle's wife, the one with the red hair, she was like, "That's nasty." I was like, "Thank you." People trying to eat, and you talking about your uterus. Thank you for being honest. So I appreciate the uncle's wife. I thought she was so cute. There was a scene, and I think Kempire, you might have covered this. There was a scene, where Robyn and Juan, they're looking for warehouse space for her hats, and Robyn is trying to introduce Juan to this random person, and she's telling her like all her business. She's like, "This is my ex-husband / fiance," and
get out.
Y'all knew she was coming. Why did she bring the braids back?
Who is this lady?
I still have no idea who this white woman is. Oh my God, that scene. Some of the people, thank you for those in the chat that say I'm dressed up like Juan today, because at least Juan's cute, but Juan is not in love with Robyn Dixon. Juan is happy that Robyn Dixon is not here right now.
There are documents floating around saying that they got remarried. And I think you covered this, and I do want to cover this quickly. So there are documents floating around on the internet. And I also, you guys know I float around on the internet too, so I got the documents.
I should have went to you, Layla, and said, "Layla, can you research this?"
Well, I did a little bit. I didn't do too much digging because I didn't really believe it. But so on their documents for their new home, Robyn is listed as a married woman. If you look at the screenshot at the bottom, it said borrower is Robyn B. Dixon, married woman. Now, we're not going to get into why it doesn't have two names and only one. Maybe not today. We won't get into that. But it says borrower is Robyn B. Dixon, married woman. And so people were saying, they were asking the question, did Robyn get married secretly? And I kind of agree with you, Kempire. I don't think so. I don't think she married Juan secretly. But Grace, do you think it's possible that Robyn and Juan secretly eloped?
If they didn't, then they committed fraud. So for their sake, I hope they did.
because technically, and look, I'm no lawyer. I like to play one here on YouTube, but
me too.
She just, no, but
we both did.
Layla research. That's a whole other level, and that's why I said I should have asked you this question, because if she was married, wouldn't we be able to find her marriage license?
Yeah,
I'm actually. And one other question before you go. Couldn't she technically on that housing document say that she's married and not necessarily be married?
Well, I'm going to tell you my thoughts because, first of all, I do have the opportunity. I don't know if I'm going to do it, you guys. I am going to take the LSAT, though, but I do have the opportunity to go to law school. But I'm going to take the LSAT. You guys, this is so real. I'm going to take the LSAT.
Let us talk, though, before you do that.
Huh?
We should talk before you do that.
Okay. I'm going to talk to you behind the scenes. So I'm going to judge my future, what I do based on the LSAT score. But this is my thing. I did look up. I was like, okay, I don't believe they're married. So I was like, are they common law married? You know what I mean? Like, why would it say married woman? And so I saw, yes, I do my due diligence, you guys. Okay. And if I do go to law school, the purpose would be to really give you guys like some
to be
real
my lawyer. Thank you.
To give you guys a real tea on what's going on in pop culture. But so common law marriage is out in the following states. Right. Colorado, Iowa, Kansas, Montana, New Hampshire, Oklahoma, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Texas, Utah, and District of Columbia. And so while common law marriage is not necessarily something you can pursue in Maryland, it says here that Maryland will, if you have a valid common law marriage from a state that does recognize common law marriages, it will be recognized in Maryland. So with DC being one of those, territories, I guess I would say, that recognizes common law marriage, I was like, okay, maybe at one point they lived in DC. Juan did play for the Washington Wizards out of DC. So I was like, maybe they are technically common law husband and wife. That was my thought.
Okay, you missed 2 super chats. I'm gonna let you get to those.
Okay, let me find them. My sister is texting me the super chats, you guys.
Oh,
thank
good.
you. Yes. Yeah, she helping me out.
I wish my family was that helpful.
Okay, I found one. Okay. I am so thank you for the $5. Thank you. You contributed. My kids can buy some new toys.
And it's about to be the holidays.
Right. She said, can we talk about how Ashley keeps lugging her child around to garner sympathy? She knows people won't go in on her if she brings the kids. Now, I think this is a real issue because if you saw and Watch What Happens Live, Andy wanted Candice to give another apology to Ashley for body shaming her as a new mother. And I feel like all these ladies body shame each other. Like even Portia telling Eva your titties are social distancing. Eva had not recently given birth to her third child. Like this happens all the time. They all body shame each other, but people want Candice to apologize to Ashley. And I feel like one of the reasons is because Ashley puts her motherhood as her storyline. Like she totes around her baby, even though her, Wendy, and Askale actually just had a baby. She was about 3 months postpartum when she started filming, but her baby is, Askale doesn't have a storyline, but other people don't make their baby their storyline like Ashley does. Mm-hmm. So I do agree with this comment that Ashley kind of garners sympathy because she makes being a mother and having children her storyline.
To add to that, Ashley did call Charisse T-Rex arms, and she did say that her titties were sagging too. So she's not, a sitting duck. she has said some nasty things herself over the years about people.
Ashley and Candice to me are mirror images of each other. Like they both have a mouth. But let me get to the other super chat. You guys, I really appreciate these super chats.
Yes.
Here it is. Jerry B. Thank you, Jerry B. I love the profile. He said, Rob, ooh, let me read this to myself first. I'm gonna read it because you put your $4.99 down.
No, so that's right.
Okay, for $4.99, Jerry B said Robyn has bad credit and had an IRS tax lien. She probably can't get the loan being single. You guys, what do you think? Let me go back to this screenshot of the loan, because first of all, the reason this was on social media was, first of all, people were trying to figure out if Robyn was married, but second of all, a lot of people noticed, they were like, how come the only borrower says Robyn? Why is Juan allegedly not on the mortgage? You see how when you look it up, it only says Robyn Dixon, borrower is Robyn Dixon. What's going on?
It made me wonder what his salary was. How much is he getting paid? Does he have tax problems? Because it was surprising to me because Robyn was the one with the IRS problems. So why wouldn't he?
But you also noticed when they were at that space where she was looking for space, she's talking about, oh yeah, we're over budget. Why doesn't Juan know that you're over budget? Why is he just finding that out?
I think it comes down to her losing the millions of dollars. She's trying to earn his love back or buy it back or something.
Hold on, Grace. They did not lose millions of dollars. They never had millions of dollars.
He was in the NBA.
It might have been.
Didn't they have?
I'm joking. I'm being facetious.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we don't know exactly how much, but it was an NBA salary. Well, we don't know. An NBA salary, I guess, is a large, it could be anything, but we can assume at least maybe 1 million. Like my husband was a band. I think he's a star. But that's a good question. You're right, Kempire. Juan was getting filled in by Robyn as if he was clueless. And I'm gonna tell y'all this. I feel like Juan gives Robyn a hard time. And I understand in the past she lost his money, so I kind of give him grace on that. But I do feel like he gives Robyn a hard time, just like on everything, like how she raises their kids, how she spends money, how she runs her business. If I was Robyn, I wouldn't be with Juan. I would want a clean slate with somebody, to be honest with you. But I do feel like he gives her a hard time, and I wouldn't be surprised if he said, you lost millions of my money, so now it's your turn to spend millions buying this house.
That's what I think happened. Yep.
Juan, that's harsh.
Is it harsh? If she lost millions of your money, Kempire?
No, it's not harsh, but then I would not be remarrying or engaged to this person.
Yeah, maybe.
No, but now they're earning money that could potentially rival what you were earning. Because on the show, she's probably in the 300,000 to some 500 maybe eventually. Then eventually it goes up to maybe $1 million near. So it's like you're better off staying with her than the next person who's not going to come close to that, right? Yeah. And then she's claiming she's making what, 60,000 a month or a week or whatever from these gas station hats.
So she's recouping his money. She's recouping his money, and so he's willing to give her another chance. That's what it looks like.
But did you guys notice in that particular instance when she called him out for the way that he speaks to her? He just gave her a hug. It wasn't a kiss. That's a kiss moment. She's asking for support, and you're supposed to kiss. He gives her a hug. It's like a brother and sister hugging.
Yeah, that's another thing I don't like because of the way they were raised, with his parents and everything that happened with his parents. I don't see myself. I couldn't be with somebody who was raised with me almost like a brother. That's a turn off. That's a turn off for me. That's a big turn off for me. Yeah. So yeah, let me get into what else is going on this show. All right. So basically, this episode was almost dedicated to Candice. Like, we see Candice at the practice for her video shoot. It was pretty much her episode. And I kind of feel like they're giving Candice so much screen time because of her, last season and the fight and everything. I feel like they're giving her a chance to show another side of herself. So we get a lot of Candice this season, especially this episode. But what do you guys think about the dynamic between Candice and Chris?
I'm so bored.
Y'all think he's working? Let me start there. Do cooking classes make a lot of money?
They could, depending on how often you're doing them.
Dorothy.
I can't.
I won't. He can't, and I won't. Kempire, I do want to ask you also, as far as Candice's music career, and you've worked in the music industry, Candice said that she invested $10,000 of her money into her music video, and her single is streaming. She has 2 singles now, and they are streaming. Like, when you listen to Spotify or whatever, they do stream. How do you make money from that?
Oh man, I mean, the fact that she invested $10,000, that's what it looked like, because for a decent looking video, probably would cost you maybe like $40,000 and up. But she's doing it on her own. So, I mean, I respect it. I respect the hustle. I don't think the song is bad. The video came out good. I don't think the dynamic between her and Chris is going to work. I think they're using it as a storyline, honestly. I don't think that's really what's happening. I do think she has other people behind the scenes working on these details, but I get her frustration as an artist and wanting someone to be there to help you be an artist and not think about the business side of things, especially on a day when you're shooting a video. You want to just be the artist on that day. So it could have been handled probably a lot better, but things happen. No matter if you're the most organized or best manager, the best managers in the business have things go wrong the day of a video shoot or an interview or whatever it may be.
That's life. That's how I felt too when they kept blaming Chris for the cars not being there. I kind of felt like that's life. Like, we don't know exactly what happened. But Grace, look, I'm almost, Grace don't hold her tongue. But I want to know your thoughts about the dynamic between Chris and Candice and him managing her, especially during this video shoot. Do you think it was his fault? First of all, with the cars not showing up, do you think it was his fault?
No, I don't think it was his fault. He seemed like someone who was really organized from the beginning about all of this stuff. I think that it was the fault of the car service. I'm rewatching Housewives of Atlanta, and when Peter wanted a 1-year celebration with Cynthia, he organized for a limo to pick them up and take them there, and then the limo just didn't show up. The company was like, "Oh, sorry, we double booked. We didn't realize." Things like that do happen. Yeah, but I don't think that their dynamic can work out for the long term. It seems very toxic. The man is not even being paid to get yelled at and emasculated like that.
It's not real either. I don't think it's real. I honestly believe they're using this as a storyline, which is okay. I mean, I hate to be so pessimistic about when it comes to reality TV, but it just feels as if this season it's going to be about Candice, her career, and her relationship with Chris, and both are boring to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So let me find it. I was looking. I might have to upload it. But speaking of emasculation, Chris had tweeted about that, about basically Candice's mother emasculating him, like how she talks about him. And he was like, he's never talked to her about his finances. And so he was like, for her to be on, reality TV talking about his finances, it's really not fair. And I'm looking for that tweet.
But if it's not fair, I mean, I think it's fair if she's paying the mortgage. I definitely think it's fair. If she's paying that mortgage, she has every right to say the hell she wants. I'm just saying, if someone's living in your house.
So what he tweeted because Miss Dorothy said he needed to refine himself, and he said, move up, refine myself, trying to recall a time that I have ever had a conversation with my mother-in-law about my financial status and bank records or life experiences, but please speak on it, #RHOP. And then he said, at this point, it's F everybody. Don't ask me for nothing. I'm good over here. So Chris was big mad. After Miss Dorothy did what she did, Chris was big mad on Twitter.
Got those Twitter thumbs.
Yeah, those Twitter thumbs. But I kind of feel like
Twitter thumbs on the internet that Miss Dorothy pays for.
She paying for the Wi-Fi. Oh my god, that's the problem.
She's paying for the Wi-Fi. She paid for the down payment. She paid for the townhouse. So it's like you don't have to tell her that you don't have it, because she knows, because she was paying for the other house and she used the down payment money to buy this new house for you, and she's probably helping out on the mortgage too. So stop it, sir. And he's like, oh, don't ask me for nothing. No, Miss Dorothy's not asking you for nothing. Candice is not asking you for nothing. She's asking her mom for stuff. They paid for the wedding for you too, Chris. Like, what is he talking about?
That's what I felt too. I was like, okay, you are not directly talking to Miss Dorothy, but your wife is. Your wife is talking to Miss Dorothy about your finances. And if she's still contributing, if her daughter is married, she's a grown woman. She has her own job. She has this reality TV show. And if she's still contributing to the care and upkeep of her daughter, that's why she's acting like she's acting. And that's why she has her own room in your home. Like, that's the reason. That's the reason.
It looks very comfortable.
Exactly.
That looks very.
And it's not even for Chris. It's for Chris and his multiple children and stuff. Like, it is a lot to put on somebody, and then to go turn around and act brand new about it. Like, why does she think I'm broke, sir? Excuse me.
Ask your wife. Ask your wife why your mother-in-law thinks you're broke. Let's be real. Ask your wife why your mother-in-law thinks you're broke. Because it seems like Candice's loyalty is torn. It's not devoted. But we go to Candice's video shoot, and I wanted to know what y'all thought of the outfits. This is going to be a little fashion. Lord. Let's do fashion police real quick. We do a little fashion police. Because I was lost. I was lost with these outfits.
So
but what did y'all think of Mia's? I feel like this is what they were told to wear. The fact that Wendy and Mia are both wearing these jean cutoff shorts, the black lace stockings, and a black top. What did y'all think of Mia and, we'll get to Gizelle in a minute, but Mia and Wendy's outfits?
I thought Wendy won in that one.
No, with that Tupac thing on her head. I thought she looked so dumb with that.
I mean, in comparison to Mia looked something dumpy. I didn't like that.
I thought Mia looked like, like it worked for the video thing, but I could not. I liked Wendy's outfit, but the thing on her head, the headband thing, I could not with it. I could not. No.
I was like, I don't know. I was like, because I didn't like any of it. So I was like, maybe this is what it's supposed to be. Like, I couldn't hate because I was like, it is what it is. She said Tupac her favorite rapper, but what did y'all think?
They both look better than the actual star.
That's true. Candace.
Just saying.
What did y'all think?
I don't know where this one's going.
With the sneakers, oh my god! It was like, was Gizelle purposely trying to ruin Candace's video? Even when they were dancing, she was dancing all crazy. It was like, are you trying to ruin it?
That's how she dances, and that's how she dresses. Layla, she has proven that over time. She wasn't trying to ruin anything.
Let me take a look at these comments. What did y'all think of the fashion? Oh, y'all said hot girl summer? Okay, hot girl summer look.
The best dress to me probably was Askale and who else? Askale was probably the best dress.
Okay, let's take a look at Askale.
That's all she gave us stuff.
Yeah, Askale looks amazing. I like the hair.
Hater alert. Okay, let's look Askale. Let me find her. Let me find Askale.
So was that geriatric Gizelle.
So Askale, I heard people were saying on Twitter she gave us Prince protege. I kind of see that.
I can see that.
Really? She looks
Giving
so
us
hot.
vanity.
I
Come
love
on, vanity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Apollonia, come on with it. I actually, for once, I thought this is not Robyn. Where's Robyn?
Oh God, don't tell me for once nothing.
I thought she looked cute. You don't like Robyn's outfit?
Oh my God.
I thought it was cute. She got a little sliver of her tummy showing. It was like a little rock and roll. Is that not cute, Kempire? No? What's not cute about it?
Nothing about this woman is cute to me. I still can't get over the others. I can't with this look. I don't know what she was trying. I wasn't feeling it.
No.
I think it was bad.
That throws me off every time. I don't know how Kempire is showing pictures on my live, but whatever. It throws me off every time. My favorite look was actually Karen. I felt like this is what I would wear. Like all black. You got to come in all black. Like no matter what. It was supposed to be a Fast and Furious theme. That was the theme for the fashion. And I like Karen in the all black, the Gucci belt, the blazer. Like it was age appropriate. It was on theme. I liked it.
Looked great. The hair, the outfit, everything. I was like, they made fun of her, especially Robyn made fun of her, calling, age shaming her, and she came out looking better than her.
Yes.
I thought she looked nice, but too nice for the video shoot. Like they're out in a parking lot, and she has a blazer and stuff. It looked like business, like a hot businesswoman, not for this scene in particular.
I like that. A hot businesswoman mean you got money.
But the thing is, she's also older, so she's like, you know what? I'm going to give you edge, but I'm also going to give you. I'm an older woman.
Yeah, and I love it. And I also felt like we got to see more of Wendy's body because Wendy, we haven't been seeing she got the BBL, she invested a lot of money, but we haven't been seeing the full picture. And I felt like, okay, Wendy looks good. I felt like Wendy's body looks good. We got to see the results of the BBL, and it looked great on Wendy.
Wendy looked great. Wendy was one of the better dressed there.
She was. What about Miss Dorothy? What did y'all think about Miss Dorothy's cape?
And Miss Dorothy was just there to watch. I don't know why they put her in the video.
I agree.
I felt like she was there to start mess.
And 10,000 came from her.
Why are you doing that to your daughter? I thought Miss Dorothy was definitely there to start mess. And I feel like, yes, Mia, people are coming down hard on Mia for, her conversation with Miss Dorothy. Same with Gizelle. But that is what Miss Dorothy was there for. Like she was giving them the conversation. She was giving them the tea. She was confirming unemployment. You know what I mean? Like Miss Dorothy was doing the most.
Oh, can we get into this? Because listen, my battery is about to die. So I want to get this out. Okay, so Miss Dorothy, she said, first of all, Chris quit his job. The restaurant closed. It wasn't sold. Again, we're getting exposed when it comes to Chris. And then Chris says in his tweets, I never told my mother-in-law my financial situation, but a couple reunions back, he was sitting there all happy when she was lying and claiming that he came from a prominent family. Do you see the web of lies surrounding Chris? Like how weird it is and how they keep exposing themselves?
I do feel like it is a web of lies around Chris as far as the ownership and everything. And I feel like, Candice married Chris for a reason. Like, just like you see even in the royal family with Prince Harry, like he always felt like an outcast. And then what did he do? He went and married, a biracial woman. Like people do that when they marry somebody outside of the norm. It's for a reason. Like they want to piss off their family. So I always look at Chris and Candice. As Candice doing that on purpose. Like she married Chris for a reason. I think she married Chris to piss off her mom. And so she accomplished her goal because her mom is definitely pissed off.
But is she happy with a broke man that she has to support with her mom? Is she happy?
Well, if her mom is supporting it, she might be just fine. If she was trying to piss off her mom and she did piss off her mom, but not enough for her mom to stop financially supporting her, then she might be happy. She might be just fine with it.
Okay.
Let's be real. Can I talk as a producer? As a producer, sure. Miss Dorothy was a producer's dream because other than Miss Dorothy, this episode would have been dry AF and we would have been like, this, take it off the air. Miss Dorothy saved the episode.
She did.
You have to give the assistance too because me. Yeah.
But Kempire, I definitely agree with you. And that's why I said it took the episode from a 5 to a 7, the presence of Miss Dorothy shaming her own daughter. And I feel like there's a term for that. Like I know in Greek literature, there's a term for like a son that's obsessed with his mom, like the Oedipus complex. But I feel like there's a term for a mom who competes with their daughter.
Oh, I don't know that term, but
I have to look up the term, but I feel like it's a thing, a mom who competes with their daughter. And I feel like that's what we see with Miss Dorothy and Candice. I feel like Miss Dorothy purposely sabotages Candice. She sabotages Candice's marriage, and Candice just lets it happen. Hey, Grace.
I'm back.
Grace came up and she came up fully clear too. I was like, whoa.
I am not, Mia brought it and Robyn and Gizelle brought it. They all engaged in the mess. It was amazing.
Yeah. I enjoyed Gizelle in those moments.
Yeah. So for you guys who are watching, if you joined in on the chat late, this is our recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac. This was the latest episode. Make sure you subscribe to Kempire Daily on YouTube and at Grace Report, and check out their channels and what they have coming up. And Kempire, why don't you share with us, what do you have coming up on your channel?
Oh my goodness. It's a mix of everything on the channel. Of course, you're getting Real Housewives updates, but also a lot of things in pop culture. I just reported on an update on Wendy Williams. So you can get a lot of that. And also I've released a new episode of my podcast where I get a little bit shadier than I do on other platforms.
You can speak freely.
Yes.
Yeah. What about you, Grace Report? What do you have coming up on your channel?
You guys, I am on my Hot Girl Summer European tour, but when I'm done, I'm going to continue, Teen Mom, Young and Pregnant, and of course, Housewives of Salt Lake City and, Potomac, and just general news going on.
Yeah, I love it. I live vicariously through Grace. I'm in my backyard, but I live vicariously through Grace. Grace is in Portugal, enjoying the beautiful scenery, and I'm there with her. In my mind, I'm there with her. Me too. We all are. So for those of you just catching up, we were talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac and how Mia Thornton was claiming that someone's husband was tossing her salad. She said in a tweet, "You'd be mad if you found out your husband was tossing my salad in the kitchen." She was bragging about that. And being that Chris Bassett is a chef, she put hashtag sous chef. Chris Bassett responded and said, since I'm so integral this morning and on everyone's mind and tweets, not really my type. I prefer that all natural dark chocolate type of woman. Meaning that Mia is not his type. And so Mia responded and said, "Oh, at Chris, sorry, babe. I was referring to a situation of a guy I met at Myron Mixon's Pitmaster Barbecue back in the day. Not you, boo, I don't think." So Mia is bragging about somebody's husband tossing her salad, which in my opinion is nothing to brag about. It's kind of like you need to check yourself. Like, where are you at in life? If you're bragging about, or even if somebody's husband is tossing your salad, whether you share that with the world or not, girl, where you at in life? Like, what's going on with you? You know what I mean? So Mia definitely needs to check herself. And you guys, I want to thank you for joining me today. Kempire and Grace Support, I want to thank you for joining me today. All of you guys who have joined in the comments, those of you who don't comment and always lurk, I want to thank you as well. And also I mentioned in the title that Mia also came for Askale. Now, with Bravo, I don't want to play the clip, but in the Bravo after show, Mia mentions that Askale, remember when Candice was like, "Can you guys pull up your cars because the cars are missing?" In the after show, Mia mentions that Askale's car had like paper tags from the dealer. Now, I'm not a car person. I haven't bought like a brand new car in like 15 years. Like, I drive the same car all the time. Like, I don't believe in car payments. So I just whenever I buy a car, I just buy it. So, but when Mia was saying that Askale's car had paper tags and she was saying it as a dig at her, I don't know if she meant that it was rented or that it couldn't be that it was brand new. I guess she was trying to hint that it was rented. And so Mia was tweeting about her on social media. Let me see if I can find the tweets quickly.
I mean, Askale should send her a fruit basket because we wouldn't be talking about Askale otherwise.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I mean, yeah. Look, we honestly, as the three of us, we really try to bring up Mia, and she owes us a fruit basket.
Oh my god! We do try to talk about everybody. Everybody that's on the show, we do try to mention them because we're covering the show. I like Askale. I feel like she is too normal for reality TV. I feel like for reality TV, it got to be something about you that's crazy, and maybe she doesn't have or hasn't shared like that crazy part. But she comes off like a viewer. Like she gives a common sense viewpoint, so she comes off like a viewer. So I'm not surprised that her role has not, escalated to that of peach holder. But when Mia said that, she tweeted, she said, she said, little did I know that minding my business and looking good would upset some. I'm honestly the least problematic person on the show. I'm generally a very fair person that tries to approach each situation. Oh my God, my battery's dying. That tries to approach each situation with love. However, what I will not tolerate is a constant, unprovoked attacks. Now, let me get back to enjoying my age-appropriate husband. Be blessed, loves.
Oh,
that's funny.
That's a scholar.
That is funny.
Age-appropriate.
I don't know.
It's true.
Don't shame their relationship like that. Come on, Askale.
But you know what I have to say? And speaking of shaming, wow, the way that Candice went in on Mia after the tweets that Mia had about Chris and stuff. Do you feel like it was a little bit?
She called her handsome?
She called her handsome and Bigfoot. I'm like, I'm feeling a little bit of transphobia here. Because remember, Candice had some tweets that got her in trouble in the past that were explicitly transphobic and homophobic. And so now here she is calling Mia handsome and Bigfoot. I'm kind of like, I know what you're saying.
On the show too. She body shamed her on the show too. Let's say it.
I'm reading between the lines on what she's saying. I know exactly what she's trying to say.
Okay. Oh my God. So Candice tweeted, now I have specifically made it a point to ignore your handsome behind all season. You claim I'm irrelevant, but can't seem to keep my name out of your mouth. Don't pull that victim bully BS when I light your behind up again. Do keep my husband's name out your mouth though. And so with that, and when we saw, during the filming, we got a good look at Mia and Mia's body and her hand size and her foot size and everything. So with her calling Mia handsome, to me, I understood it. You know what I mean? Like Mia does come across as handsome. Like she's a large woman and she's a beautiful woman, but she does come across as large. So I don't know. Is it body shaming if it's true? I guess that's the bigger question. Is it body shaming if it's true?
I think it's the way you say it sometimes. If you're saying it like, I'm calling
you a body part.
Yeah, it seems derogatory the way she's saying it.
Okay. They said Mia is built broad because Candice is small. Like basically, Mia seems big to Candice. Sally speaks at bundles. We're not in the budget either. Oh my God, Sally. Thank you for the super chat, whatever you call it. It's contributing to my kids. My kids want to play. They need toys in their playhouse. So I appreciate the super chat, you guys. And I appreciate you tuning in to another episode. We will be live 1:30 p.m. next Monday, Eastern Standard Time. Every week we rehash and cover the Real Housewives of Potomac. So next week we will be on
my channel.
Kempire's channel at the Kempire. So make sure you're following all three of us so you are updated whenever we go live. Make sure you are there.
And make sure you're putting super chats out there because we want to put bundles in our budget too.
Yes, we want bundles. You guys, I just got these lock extensions. These lock extensions cost a lot of money. They cost more than any bundles I've ever bought. They cost so much money. So you guys, I need to recoup. I'm like Robyn, I need to recoup my money. So you guys definitely donate. Keep the cash apps and the super chats coming because we need to upgrade our channels. We need to do what we're doing. So you guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you to the Kempire. Thank you to @Grace Report. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. And I will see you guys next Monday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.